What's going on, guys? Scar here, and in today's video I want to talk about the recently announced Resident Evil 4 Remake DLC, Separate Ways. If you guys don't know, Separate Ways was a original DLC that didn't come with the game at launch, but after a few years they started developing that and it came with the game, and I'll get into more why I'm being more specific about that. But it is a popular add-on. It's extra content for the story and everything. It's an extra few hours of gameplay from the original. It was really fun, and I think it's going to be really interesting to bring it into the remake side of things for this new remake, because this is one of the best remakes of all time that Resident Evil has done. So without further ado, I'll go into some more info on the game. So yesterday, Thursday, during PlayStation State of Play, they announced a Resident Evil 4 VR mode, and right after that, they surprised us with Separate Ways. And Separate Ways is Ada's adventure in Resident Evil 4, and it's going to be cool to see how this goes in the remake, since it was very interesting in the original, and it didn't come with the game like at first, like when a game launched. Like, it took a bit to actually develop that DLC, that add-on, and then have it added to the game in future versions for free. But you would have to basically buy the game again in order to play the new DLC for Separate Ways. Now, the reason I say that, and I'm being specific about that, is because people were being controversial about the fact that they didn't think you should be paying $10 for this new DLC coming out for Resident Evil 4 that is coming out next week. They don't think you should be paying money for it. They think it should have came with launch, because some people said that Separate Ways came with Resident Evil 4, the original, at launch. And they're actually false, because, like I said, it came afterward, after developing. It never came with Resident Evil 4, the original, at first. It took a while to develop and actually add on, and you had to buy the game again anyway in order to play that. So I don't understand why people were necessarily mad that Separate Ways was being paid. And plus, games are more expensive to make and, like, actually develop and stuff. So I don't think it's a big deal to complain about spending an extra $10 for an extra few hours of gameplay from one of my favorite games of all time. This Resident Evil 4 remake might be, well, I've said this before, but it will probably be my favorite game of all time forever. And I think this add-on will be kind of the cherry on top for it, because, but, obviously the original, like the main story, is awesome. It's amazing to me, one of my favorite stories, but the Separate Ways DLC, I played it from the original. That was fun. I hated the Sadler boss. Like, it took forever to actually beat that for me, since I didn't get a few things, and I had to redo it over and over again. But now that I'm more prepared and I understand everything about the game, I think I'll be able to, like, actually have more fun. And plus, there will be a few extra, like, cool new things you can do in the game. Like, it has a grappling gun that you can use anywhere, apparently, now. That'll be in the remake. In the original, you can only use it in certain spots. They were scripted in certain spots that you can use the grappling gun that she had. Now, apparently, you can grapple anywhere you want in the game. So I'm very curious to see how this will end up working as the game releases and everything. But there's going to be, I think, a gameplay trailer coming out Monday. So on the 18th, and the game comes out the 21st, so next Thursday, which that was the biggest surprise, because I knew, or I had a very good feeling that it was coming out, or it was being announced in the State of Play, but when I saw the release date, it was 9/21/2023, and some people said it wasn't going to be released this year, which I don't really know why it wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't complain about it, but I don't think it would have taken that long to actually make this, and I think they put enough effort, and I'm pretty excited to see what they have to offer with this DLC. And I know it's not like a game; it's just an add-on to the story to see Ada's side of things. And I thought it was pretty cool from the original, and I think they're going to really kick it off when it releases next week. And I think it's going to be a very good add-on for the game. But yeah, so $10 coming out next week. I think it's worth it. And also Mercenaries content. So they're alongside with Separate Ways, there's also going to be an add-on or another DLC for Mercenaries, which is a free mode you can have with Resident Evil 4 remake and everything. But you can now play as Ada, or when it comes out, you can play as Ada and Wesker. So I'm interested to see how they play out. Obviously, Ada will probably be the same as how her gameplay works and her side of things. But I'm interested to see how Wesker fights, because I didn't really play the old Mercenaries. I think I only used Leon, and that was it. Was Hunk in the original one? I don't think he was, but I remember playing Leon once on the original Mercenaries. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer with that as well. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff, and I want to come back and actually kind of update this because I want to include some more games, not just Call of Duty, not just Dead by Daylight, not just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I want to kind of bring all the games that came out this year that are kind of still like resonating with me, that I favored in the most fun, because I think Resident Evil 4 was probably the best game of this year and my favorite game of all time. And there are a ton of other games that I can list, not the best game of all time, but a few of my favorite games from this year, and some games that I'm, highly anticipated, like Payday 3. It's not like a big thing for Payday 3, because it's basically the same thing. They just update it with new missions and stuff. But at the same time, it's cool to me because I kind of like that. It's basically like a robbing simulator, and it's a shooter. So it's fun for me, and kind of want to get back into shooters, and besides just not playing Call of Duty, because fuck that. And I will still complain about Call of Duty. I will never stop complaining about Call of Duty until they actually do a good job. And also this new installment, this new game, quote unquote game, that they have releasing in the next few months is probably going to flop, to be honest. So I'll update you guys in another video about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you guys are excited for Separate Ways and the remake of RE4. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.